Hello and welcome back, friends, to another TPL, the Premier League of Hell Let Loose production. I am your host here again, as always, Caparzo, and we are going to be looking at an incredible Division 6 matchup, 35v35 between OnlyFinns and Redzone here on Foy Dugout Barn. So, Foy, for you guys have been around for a while, will know that it's produced some pretty legendary games in our community. Obviously, there's been a couple West Bend experiences, including one last week that lived up to the billing of why we love and hate West Bend. There was the Summit game last season where the 22nd were able to hold on against a very good Merc team as the Axis on Dugout Barn, but today here, OnlyFinns will be the allies taking on Redzone. Both of these teams losing their week one matchup, but I don't know if you guys, we talked about games that were must sees from the previous week in last night's cast, but Awake stream of OnlyFinns versus 263H was just incredible. So both of these teams are obviously going to be looking for a win here today. The Axis do have a, traditional, again, we'll say traditional, and by that, again, we are talking about in the 49v49 game modes, but in those types of games, you typically see a pretty significant Axis advantage, being able to kind of use the building to your advantage here, and obviously the fact that it is more on your side doesn't hurt either. But allies, a lot of open ground here. This map edge segment is just a tough area for either team to control. But you can't necessarily leave it by itself. So I'd imagine to see maybe some fortifications and AT guns. Certainly a lot of MGs here, which is another reason for the Axis bias, just because those MGs are so powerful. If the Germans are able to control dugout here, I'd say look for some fortifications around here. I have personal experience with building some barricades, a little bunker action over here. Shout out my good buddy Anamiscus. But this enables you to get some really good crossfire on this main road, and is part of the reason why I really think that this leans Axis. But OnlyFinns are an incredible team. We saw that last week with how they played against 263H. But it's a new game, it's a new week, and we'll see together if they can buck the traditional bias of Dugout Barn. Looking at the rest of the map of Foy, the main sort of area here, this southern edge sort of point is very important. Bisects the pretty much the east of the map from the west of the map, and it's a critical sort of wrap route that you'll see both teams try to do. One, the Germans if they're trying to push into Bazoi Foy, but also the allies if they're trying to loop around dugout and try to harass these back lines. You're going to see a garrison over here for the Germans, like I'd say 100 out of 100 times. So there's a lot of meta spots here that will make a difference and that we will see implemented here. We do have the server stats again here tonight, or today, depending on when you're viewing. So you'll see the kills populating in that bottom bar alongside either side of the timer. So I think that's been really fun to look at over the last couple nights that we've had it, or the last night that we've had it, and been able to kind of get a little bit of a pulse on the battle and what's happening on maybe all the gunfights that we're not seeing. So that'll certainly be interesting. In 35s, I don't expect to see a ton of action over here on like the West Bend side of things that sometimes you see in the 49s matches where teams are playing map edge to map edge. I do think most of it will be probably this road and east, but never discount a wild red zone garrison or something way out there, because you definitely see a little bit more success with that in the smaller player count division. So I'm excited for that. And let's while we're getting just the last couple players in here, we can take a look at the standings for this division. So we pop those up really quick. We can see Rage already 2-0 to start the season. So Rage having played their week 2 game and won. So congratulations to Rage. I believe actually that was a forfeit by DEC. which resulted in that 2-0. So still, we count those in the People's League, or I'm sorry, that's a old school slip up. The Premier League, with Rage is 2-0, L201 starting 1-0 as well. 263H, which OnlyFinns played last week, 1-0 again, like we were saying, and then Hellraiser Brazil and Redzone joining, and DEC joining Redzone as far as the teams without a win here today. So, boys, one of those maps where you can see some funny stuff at the start. We did see OnlyFinns go for a snipe last week, so I'll certainly be looking out for that here today. Looks like Redzone is just missing one player right now. I'll be with Chillman over here for the OnlyFins side of things. He is their artillery player. So as we see his pings, we should be able to kind of get an idea when where these artillery shells are landing, or going to land, I should say. Yeah, shouldn't be too much longer here. Hopefully we don't have issues like we had last night where, took a little bit to get everyone in, but looks like we're only just missing the one, and we're only 5 minutes post official start time. So as far as this has gone historically, and from my personal experience in playing these matches, that's pretty darn good. Just be missing one at 5 post start. So but yeah, I will be definitely looking out for some shenanigans as far as snipes to start here. Again, it's a little bit harder for the allies, which is the side that we'll be looking at, just because the building kind of shields a lot of the stuff that you might want to do as far as sniping this area. But that doesn't rule out the rocket snipes, which have a little bit more of an arch to them. And, rocket snipes, I think, will be the name of the game here. But let's see. I mean, only one way to find out here, and we're not far off from finding out. It's been another great weekend in the Premier League so far. I got to cast a really good one last night of a win by the man, it's slipping my mind right now. 79th, I want to say. Oh gosh. It's 27th. I'm sorry. 79th was the game I watched afterwards. That's why I'm confused. But yeah, that was a great one on Samurai Dumont for the dugout. So we're going 2 for 2 with dugouts this weekend between the dugout on Samurai Dumont and dugout barn here on on Foy. But both are Axis favored. So I don't know, man. I've got my tinfoil hat on that there's something about the Axis with these dugouts. I think this is a point also where if we see double offset where you have either Foy and Bezoy Foy road, this one can kind of get to a position where you can see the fourth taken. Foy is a very easy point to kind of assault if you're the Germans. You can get a garrison like over here, you can get a garrison over here, and kind of infiltrate that way. Bezoy is a little bit harder, but again, like this is just why this southern edge point is so important in the middle of the map. Let's see where we're at. We should be off here soon, guys. We have a quorum here. Let me just check the thread. See how we are looking. Both teams have said that they are ready, and I believe Mr. Leberju is going to be doing the flip. We love our league officials, don't we, folks? So let's see if we get a flip. Maybe I won't crash tonight, too, on the flip. We caught a very rare PlayStation crash last night. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but, never say never here. All right, we are flipping.
Hopefully it doesn't do the thing where it asks you to choose sides again. But if it does, we are on the Allied side. And we do get that beautiful map flip. So we are on the Allies. Did say it might take a second because he has to drop supplies off the start, but while we wait, we do have that double offset example. So crazy that we were talking about that and we're going to see that. And I'm interested to see if either of these teams look to exploit that off the start. You know, with a quick sort of map control sort of opening, but you do see those left less often in the 35s games where more teams are just want to run out there and get as much cap weight in as possible with the limited amount of manpower going around. So it's just a difference in strategy. We'll see what happens though. We are waiting for Chillman. We see him over here in Able doing his duties of dropping his support box. So we should see him come in here shortly. And then we'll get up for too much delay here, guys. So appreciate you bearing with us, and then we'll be in the sky the rest of the game. See him just redeploy, so should see that squad open up soon and get in there. We'll see how much work Chillman can do today on that arty gun. It is Foy after all. And there is Chillman, so we'll take a squad spot here. Get locked into a spawn and get after it here now. So let's go here. Let's make sure we have our highlights on, because on Foy sometimes you can't see things that well. And we'll look to see, we see quite, these guys are probably waiting for the truck. Very, very smart to do that. We see no more guys just waiting for a truck. Again, that's my preferred thing to see as a truck driver, especially. Make sure you get your guys in. Redzone doing a similar thing. They got their tanks lined up, their recon. Got a couple guys with rockets over here on the map edge. And they are kind of playing a little bit wider here, kind of meeting where we're seeing OnlyFinns line up. Don't see any sort of AT guns or people setting up in obvious spots for snipes, but we'll just have to follow those as they come in here. But with that, guys, we have Week 2 of the Premier League kicking off with this Division 6 matchup, OnlyFinns versus Redzone on Foy. Dugout barn. Let's see the fireworks here. See if we can't catch any rockets or explosions going out here at the start. Both of the initial supply drops have landed on either side of the blue line. We see Redzone now passing by on those train tracks. Obviously going to get here first. We should see them get into cap sector here. And there we go. Initial weight goes to OnlyFinns, a little bit quicker on the driving, but Redzone will get into the hard cap first, so that'll flip really quick here. We do see that rockets coming in, OnlyFinns coming in. Tip of the spear action going to be happening here. Oh, a rocket just glances off the back of this truck by Denta, I believe. Or, wow, there's a lot of ATs over there. I don't want to attribute to one guy in particular because it could be any of those guys. We see the opening recons coming out here as well. We're seeing the opening kills going to OnlyFinns. You see that 3-0 there. on your scoreboard, OnlyFinns looking to defy the Axis advantage and doing a really good job of it. You see all these guys pushing in here. Let's check out these micro battles here between the Recon and an SL here. Recluso in the corner, just going to be patient. Go for the knife. Nope. Marsky ends Recluso's little life there. You can see OnlyFinns kind of expanding out to the map edge. Really, really good opening for OnlyFinns here. Disciplined start here to capture this dugout barn very, very quickly and expand their control to the map edge. The only thing that we are seeing is some Redzone being able to play this west side of the map and taking a little ground here, but this is a critical moment with this Redzone squad leader here. Dies as the point is captured, so that's a squad without AOP for quite some time there. OnlyFinns really just winning the kill battle there to start, 19-10 off the mid cap. Escobar still hiding himself in here. Let's see if he's able to. Oh, Lucio takes him out as we back off here again. Let's take a look at the map. And oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that is a team who knows that this is Axis favored and is going to do anything to get inside that hard cap, but they have to be careful. I mean, that squad leader dying here earlier was kind of a big play, because now these guys that would ordinarily might have an easier route around, especially early on, are now going to be intercepted by Porpy here, who's going to look to expand this out a little bit. See him build a OP over here, and he should be in a really good spot to kind of work with his squad and seal this western approach off from Redzone. But Redzone looking to go on more of the eastern push, and this is just a mess to deal with as infantry. So let's focus a little bit on the armor. We can see these shells coming in from OnlyFinns. Their Recon is playing back here, just going to be shelling down this area, which offering good support for their team. But actually, sorry for jumping around here like crazy, but we see a Stewart that's over here, and it's able to take out, what was this? Is this their medium? Oh my goodness, the Stewart takes out the medium. But he's in a world of trouble. Or maybe not so much, only one AT here. He is going to potentially take out the garrison. He does take out the garrison, so this one Stewart, 9 minutes in, has taken out their blue line garrison and their opening medium. What devastation over here by this Stewart. And now, with that medium out of the way, you can see the American 75 coming in here. Double reppers on here, and you can see a outpost over here. Like to see one of these engineers jump off and try to take this outpost out. You know, it's oh man, oh. You know, I'd like to hear from and we see Papa over here. It's hard to say that name, sorry guys, but does take out the OP. But I would like to hear from some of the guys that do play in the 35s and 30s, like what you guys think about like 2 rep guys on a medium, because that's verging on a significant amount of your manpower. But on a map like Foy, I suppose you can argue that that's a more effective use of them compared to just getting chewed up by Artie or MG. So you know, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts in the chat here. But OnlyFinns, with that play by that Stewart, who's continuing on his rampage over here, really opened up everything to the blue line, or to the red line, I should say. We have Jalamari, who's really like going to be taking on most of the enemy team here. Redzone, though, definitely pushed back. Let's see, I think they might have a garrison here. Just an outpost for now. We have Sugar Pipe 0 and Lima. I think Sugar might have taken out... Oh, Sugar didn't even see him. But they're playing really, really well, OnlyFinns, right now. Super good map control. Biggest resistance seems to be here in G4, and then they're still working on getting something more on like the blue line front door setup. But, you know, we talked about last night with 27's opening and you know, how they must have been happy with it. I think if you're OnlyFinns, you have to be absolutely thrilled with how this has gone so far. Let's take a look at that front door here, because I think it's going to start to become significant. We have Lansek and Kilpie here. I think that they're going to work on getting a garrison up. And that would really, really open up this front door. We are seeing their other garrison go hot here, but what I am noticing too is this medium starting to play a little bit more aggressive here and gonna look to wipe out this front line outpost, which is really gonna open up this this road for OnlyFinns. But OnlyFinns, man, 85 kills or 90 kills now to 34. They're really pressing on the gas here and are just purely out fragging at this point. And that medium will take out that OP, so you can see a very likely enemy garrison behind this house, which is going to become the next target and next concentration. Oh goodness. I think we're seeing our first, I think that's a heavy over there though. Seeing the medium. Gonna toss a smoke in his face. Very, very smart. Medium backing away. Both these tanks coming under fire from enemy AT. Maybe that's not. I'm not sure how that hasn't popped this this medium. I don't. Maybe it's another medium. This medium in a world of hurt here, as he's gonna just try to YOLO it at this point. Perhaps I think that that's a fair thing to do. Oh man, these rockets just missing. But if this medium is able to spin the block here and oh goodness, he takes one for the tank. And if he's able to take that garrison out and sneak around there, that'd be massive. But what I'm curious to see is, what was this tank over here? Where'd he go? He dead? Not sure what that was, so sorry for missing what became of that guy, but this is the little medium that could right now. Gonna now reinforce this this front door push. He's probably wondering how he's still alive. Zach Chef gonna look to do a little loop-de-loop. He does, and will he get it? And he does. Zach Chef, really nice job taking out that pesky medium there. Well done. See this front door meat grind getting especially noisy here, but now this is, I think, is that tiger that we were seeing earlier. Gonna be protecting this Gary. Infantry doing a really good job of protecting the backside of the heavy as well. Grenades getting tossed out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, some of those grenades. I think that might have been Sugar. I think there might be a heavy for... Yep, we do see a heavy for OnlyFinns playing on the railway. Don't quite see him. Oh, you see him there in the distance. Polar Viking is on the back of him. So this Tiger's safe for the time being, but kind of pinned in behind this this house for the moment. Garrison's still up for Redzone, keeping their blue line hopes alive. But now we got Denta, Calamari pushing up here. No flanking action, but a dominant manpower advantage. Artillery gonna be coming in here now as well. As Zebrog flies through the map. He's gonna go for the sneak, the ninja defuse, but Caster. These poor guys just built this rep station. It's about to get taken out by artillery. I've been there, man. Gotta just get it back up as soon as you can, but I mean the kill difference that we're seeing right now between these two teams is staggering. Being almost tripled in total kills right now is Redzone. So credit to OnlyFinns as that 76 does pop this Tiger. And oh man, that's a brutal punch in the gut for Redzone here on this front line. This garrison now is just held by the infantry. Oh man. Hey-ha. I wonder if he has another rocket for that Gary, but I'm sure he'll settle for the rep station, but now he will when he comes back in. So we take a look at the map here again. It's gonna get a little bit crazy over here on the front lines. We do see a bombing run's gonna be called in that's gonna take out this garrison, which is actually already taken out, I believe, by that heavy in the distance, but could be a good bombing run here. Yep, should get all these guys here and allow these very, very patient Calamari and Sugar to push up here with their outposts. So that will clear them off. So what a bombing run by Campaign, our commander here for the OnlyFinns side. And you can see that those defensive lines being shifted now all the way out of G4 and into F4 and E4, where this battle's really going to spice up for Redzone, who are now going to be fighting for their soft cap. I think Lansec just going to be looking around, seeing what he could find as far as likely spawn points. He does take out our pal here on top of the building. Let's see if we can't find out maybe where Redzone has their spawns here. Layer goes up for Redzone. Might just catch a couple guys in there. We have this frontline battle starting to develop. Two squad leaders over here now for OnlyFinns, which really going to enable them to make some plays here. Couple big kills by Verta here. Verta and Clippy gonna be pushing through these streets, and oh man, Verta, another two big frags here. Let's stick with Verta as he makes his push. I'm gonna be aware that there's a likely spawn point to his right. Gonna take a little bit of a flanking route. Pushing up all the way into Foy here now is Verta. Gonna take all this ground and say to his squad, guys, believe me, I just ran right past everyone. You can see him really behind the enemy now. But it's really just him. They do have their snipers outpost over there too, but that's not gonna do a ton. We're seeing a big spawn wave here. This is probably their garrison, and it is indeed. We hear a tank as well below us. Maybe a default P4 being rolled out. But heavy over here and heavy over here. It's a good time to be OnlyFinns armor. You can see one heavy, but let's get into it with this other heavy that's playing here very aggressively in these streets of Foy. He's gonna need his infantry to be on him like white on rice here. Really dangerous spot to play as a tanker. You can see, especially against these Germans. Look at this, Redzone already up here. And all these guys are so intent on destroying the tank. You're seeing the 8th rocket go out. And, you know, people might make fun of, like, people for shooting the front of tanks with rockets, but I mean, look, it got him to back up here, which is sometimes all you're asking for as infantry, just to back up the tank a little bit and make him a little bit nervous. Yes, it doesn't do damage, but there is a human element to this game. People don't want to be taking front shots with tanks. You know, it takes a very disciplined team to just say, hey, I'm going to just deal with that and stay in my spot. More often than not, you'll see that human nature will result in that tank backing up. Big play here is on the front line. That's Krivos. Krivos takes out one threat to the front line, but Vali here gonna play his life out carefully. Stay in position. Take a look at the map again. We're seeing the other tank now coming into a spot where he can take out this other tank, which has been spotted accurately. Look at this. Yeeting the HE, I believe we saw there. And you'll see him peek out, take his shots. Let's watch this one together, guys. Dangerous spot to be in for this. Oh, when he gets shot from the other tank, no doubt is Epic's crew over here saying that was supposed to be ours. But he's not out of the woods yet, both metaphorically and literally, as he approaches a really dangerous spot here. It's going to be up to Jalamari to take out some of these guys. Fortunately for Redzone, there's no AT guys here and that are able to spawn even to get a quick couple shots into the rear of this 76 as he moves to meet up with his the other 76. We see an airhead also going to be coming in for OnlyFinns here on Foy. We'll see this airhead coming in here shortly. This 76 is gonna work to defend where it's dropping. Where is it dropping? Really good spot. And as long as the 76 plays here and plays safe, they should get some solid waves off of that. And we'll see this point, which will continue to flip towards OnlyFinns. We're now out killing Redzone 260 to 100. Really great start here in the first 25 minutes for OnlyFinns as they close in on a 4-1 cap. Now supplies dropping as well. Airhead has not had a spawn yet. We're seeing Krivos go for the satchel, but Epic Ninja Fin able to take him out. Oh man, blizzard is in full swing here in Foy. Visibility is reduced. And I think that that's probably going to help OnlyFinns here kind of solidify their cap of Foy. Now, Road to Noville is the last point here, which is maybe one of the more capable 5th points on Foy. You know, obviously there's a lot of very infamous points like Road to Bastogne, which is extremely difficult. But you know, it is possible to 5-0 on this map. It's not so hard with this point, I should say. But we're seeing Echo Squad already getting those supplies down and working to build a garrison. That's Marsky over here. The rest of the team doing a really good job of solidifying this ground. We're not seeing a ton of red dots in the area if we back up. Really, it's OnlyFinns. Redzone making more of a push from their last point. But Marsky is doing a really good job here of suppressing them and keeping this garrison up. Letting his team just kind of trickle into the point. Marsky. Oh, that's just a brutal one. But garrison is still up for the time being. It is warm. So is his outpost. So big opportunity here for Redzone if they could sniff this out. Escobar's going to get the outpost. Does not see the garrison. Now he does. Will Jeremy be able to stop it? Grenade goes in. Just a nick too slow. And that is a big play on the map edge there to stop what could be, you know, something that could take Redzone away from attacking for a bit. So that's a big play, even if they don't realize it yet. But they will realize when they see this, obviously. Now this is a fun area to fight over on Foy. I really enjoy this spot. Like right after this group of housing, you have this like frozen lake sort of area and all these trees. Such an important phase or area for a Redzone to control if they're going to get back into this point. This is a really difficult push for them though. So interested to see how they'll tackle this. See Lancic take out a Uma by the looks of it. Let's take stock of the armor side of things. We have 2 heavies over here playing by like Cobra Factory. OnlyFinns in a terrific spot with their fuel economy at 1300 fuel. Wonder if they have any designated people in this scenario to flex out to grab another heavy, especially on Foy. You know, you might be worthwhile taking 3 infantry and making another crew out of it. Going for that full armor chokehold. If you suppress Redzone's armor on Foy, they're not going to be able to do much as far as making a concerted push. We're seeing AT guns littered around this map by OnlyFinns. I love to see that preparation, that thinking ahead is a massive part of this game. So and this push developing now for the Finns. Taking ground is Volley here. Krivos goes down as well as OnlyFinns continues to take the ground. Seeing tree line after tree line being conquered by the Finns. Let's see if we can't get these stats working. Not sure if this is going to update. Let's see. Let's give it a chance to Don't believe so. Don't think that is ready yet, but we do have the kills at the bottom, which you can just see OnlyFinns absolutely dominating the kills here, and kind of gives some perspective to some of this ground that is being taken. It's not just free ground, and OnlyFinns is fighting for it. But Redzone starting to get in behind them a little bit. This one SL can really cause a lot of problems if he's able to get a double drop of supplies. We see the outpost goes down by Frajola here. Crazy dog being crazy running through this field, but should be safe for now. No one, at least as long as no one looks that way. Caster in a really nice spot with this MG. See if we can't go. Oh, he's got gloves on, so he first person bugs out. And as expected, those machine gunners never have a very long life expectancy. We're seeing flares isolating where Redzone's spawning, catching a couple of spawnways, I believe, up here in this tree line that is now being splashed by the 76. And look at this, just carnage. That's boy for you, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this one tank just cleared up an entire tree line. And if you're Redzone, you can get sneaky with your armor now. You have such a short trip from your HQ. And this tank is in a pretty vulnerable position from the north. Are we seeing a heavy come out over here? Let's see, not seeing any heavy armor for Redzone right now. We're seeing both their heavies now kind of pushing towards the east. And I think this heavy is going to be in a prime position if he pushes up more to deal with this next roadblock that is in the Finns' way. Need to be very, very careful about that tree line, particularly to the north. It is AT gun haven. If Redzone can get an AT gun up there, they can turn the tide here on these tanks. Ooh, we're seeing one shot into this tank. It's from, I think that's a Tiger? No, must not be. Takes him out. Oh my goodness, what was this? Was it a Tiger? Oh no, it was. Gets the drop on him, but the 76 doing a quick flip. Really good play by Sander, Rintern, and Mannerheim here, and Turpa on the reps as well, of course. That other heavy is in a really dangerous spot. could be close to out of ammo. This could be the first 76, which I believe it is. This epic, epic screw. But he's doing a really good job of getting in there already and harassing Redzone's defense. We see Horpy around the side here. Don't see him with a OP over here just yet. His OP's on the blue line. But he is very sneaky. Looping around through the HQ. Oh. The Puma is off. I think that did I think the tank is down, which it is, yeah. Now just the 176 up for the Finns. They have absolutely plenty of fuel, of course, but now it wouldn't take much for Redzone to spawn a tank here, you know, assuming they have the fuel, of course. And taking out this 76 would just be massive. Forget about if you're able to take out an AT gun, but oh man, you get a ricochet off of the Puma with the 76. Don't see that every day. Oh my god, he takes 2? What is going on? I think one was in the barrel. The little Puma that could. Well, almost. But Redzone having a nice little recovery here, but this is a play that can turn this game into a 5-0 is what Horpy's doing here. You can see supplies are down. He's going to be working to get this this garrison up here. Builds that guy up. And this opens up this front line here entirely, especially with the flanking work that they'll be able to do between here and where you can see OnlyFinns being held up. So I'd like to see Lancic and Horpy now, instead of push this way, push this way and see if they can clean up. We got one outpost here. We have, sure, there's another couple in here somewhere. There's another one and maybe another one over there. So really that's the more valuable thing right now than pushing forward. So I think as we see guys like, well, we'll see the flare go out here, which should help a lot. And Lancic doing exactly what we were talking about. Pushing now. I think he knows that there's a outpost. Yep, and he gets it, I believe. He's gonna come up on a... Oh, no! AP mine. Redzone now crossing into the 200 kill territory. But this is interesting. We're actually seeing most of the push coming from the west side now. There is a tank that's over here, though. I wonder if this is another heavy that... No, it's just a Lux who is having a little bit of a joyride. But yeah, this push now that's coming from the west is beginning to influence the hard cap pressure. So this is 2 SLs, and in 35s, this is a significant amount of your manpower that you can move here. I think we see Valley here was maybe looking to place an OP. think they might see the garrison or... Ooh, wow. Those are 2 big kills. Supplies are dropped, but no garrison over here. Supplies are gone. And pressure continues. Obviously, we don't have Redzone's map, so we don't know what it looks like for them, but they are now beginning to collapse back into soft cap, and this soft cap will be able to negate some of this hard cap, because these are 1, 2, 3, 4 into the hard cap, so, I mean, it's still a significant amount, but, you know, you're seeing these guys spawn in now, and it should help cancel this out a little bit, so, yep, we do see that happening. Haya goes down as well, but some good pressure. Only Juliet has a outpost up, which goes down immediately to Krivos over there. Krivos having himself a little bit of a game here. Geo takes out Denta. Now just Jalamari in the point by himself for the Finns. But you can see the reaction that this is forcing on Redzone. You're seeing all these guys get sucked up into the point like there's some sort of magnetic attraction here. Jalamari goes down 2, and they should see a clear sector, but now Mike is going to be back towards the line. Definitely need another garrison if you're going to sustain this pressure, and now's the time to do it with all these guys getting sucked back up towards the point. But Escobar... another really good play. Bombing run going in. Not going to get a ton this time is Kemp as the OnlyFinns commander. But he'll get enough to clear out this area for these guys over here to get a garrison up potentially. And we see it does take out Escobar, Munoz. One more. Clears this area up. Seeing this map become a lot more offensive focused here on the road to Noville. Gonna get reinforced by a tank now. Seeing LeBerdu saying that you should always use the rep stations. The manpower is better anywhere else since you're limited. So I wonder if that's just a choice because it's Foy. You know, I definitely understand that too. But I personally would probably lean towards rep stations being the most valuable way to keep the tanks in good health. And, you know, as an engineer, just be focused on putting them up early and often and also everywhere. Redzone, great push out of their lines now. Gonna take this back from the Finns, but until they're able to deal with this 76, I don't think that that's gonna be something that can happen for a little bit. We see potentially a tank engagement. What do we have here? This is a Tiger, so this potentially is going to influence a great majority of the rest of this game. Tiger's gonna go for the peak. Oh no. Oh no. That barrel. Being shielded right now by the husk of the 76 from before. He's getting attacked from behind. It's the Tiger's turn. He could one-tap him. Oh, it gets him in the side or the turret. 76 in a terrible position here. Tiger's gonna look for the follow-up shot. He has it. Tiger nails the follow-up shot and takes out the 76. Massive play by Fito, Madroga, and Rodrigo. Huge. And where does that leave the Finns with their tanks? We have a 76 that's playing pretty aggressively over just below me. Going to be pushing into these forests with Jalamari, Clippy, and Horpy. All game long, the Finns have not been shy about putting pressure on. You're seeing that west side of the forest in particular has become their preferred route. And Redzone, I don't think realizes that that's where really most of this is coming from. You might see another situation like we saw a second ago. Oh, and that Tiger's taking a shot from that 76. Lancic in a spot where he can bricks it. Oh no. Has one more. Gets him in the side or in the tracks. I'm not sure if that was rear. But this Tiger is in a world of danger. We have Verda now getting in on it. He's going to have a shot on rear if he's able to get to this road now. Verda making a play for it. Hits it in the rear, but now out of rockets. 76 is pushing up, looking to chase the kill here. It's pretty safe to do so if he wants right now. Just got to be careful about these red zone guys over here. That tank is pretty safely back now in his HQ. Gonna get those reps in. But man, the 76 is now in a spot where it can be very dangerous with all these guys that are on the blue line. I think if he pivots himself, I mean, it's so hard because the Germans can pen you in the side, but you either commit or you play that area right now that you're in. Oh my goodness, does he take out the Tiger? He does. Oh man, what a play by the 76. And they're going to just send it at this point. Why not? We have OPs all in the area. Airhead is falling down. Don't think the 76 knows, though, how much of the enemy is going to be coming from behind him. Over half cap for the Finns here on Foy. Over half cap, still climbing. Bombing run comes in by Redzone. Ends up getting a couple more friendly kills than I think he would have liked to have seen on that airhead now falling. And Redzone being somewhat kicked out of the sector here. One last spawn wave, and that's a lot of squad leaders. But the cap closing in here. OnlyFinns coming out strong here in week 2. Over 570 kills against 274 red zone. And my goodness, I think that's the tale of the day that resulted in this 5-0 for the Finns. So congratulations to OnlyFinns on your first victory of the season. Redzone, an incredible game played. Fight until the very, very last Tiger. That was a really fun match to watch, and I'm glad you guys all were here to catch it with me. So until next weekend in the Premier League, I will hope you have a great rest of your week or start to your week, and we will see you next weekend for some 40s and 49s action. So till then, guys, take care